Hello, my name is Tim Keady and I'm going to talk to you for the next few minutes on the effects of age at first lambing and new genotype on performance up to 4 years of age. This is part of a long-term study that we're doing here at Athenry with the objective of looking at age at first lambing and new genotype on lifetime performance. Using data from the National Farm Survey, it is estimated that the mean replacement rate of the lowland flock is 22%. Basically, that means that every ewe produces an average of 4.8 litres during her reproductive lifetime. We estimate that the cost of rearing replacements up to 18 months of age is equivalent to approximately 25% of the value of lamb carcass that she produces during her lifetime. There are two ways to reduce replacement cost. Firstly, increase longevity by increasing the number of litters produced, and secondly, to increase litter size, because if you increase litter size, you spread the replacement cost over a greater number of lambs. In this study, we had two ages at first lambing, 1 year and 2 years, and we also had 3 ewe genotypes. The Suffolk was included because data shows that 48% of ewes in the national lowland flock are Suffolk crosses. It's the most popular breed in Ireland. The Belclare was chosen because of its consistency to produce high litter sizes and high productivity rates. And the third ewe genotype chosen was a cross between the Suffolk and the Belclare. 440 odd animals entered this study, and when they entered the study, half of them were chosen to be mated at 1 year and the other half were chosen not to meet any ram until they were 18 months of age to lamb at 2 years of age. With those that were being bred to lamb at 1 year of age, to get them compact lambing season, we used the ram effect. We found from the use of the ram effect, it compacted the breeding and lambing season such that 62% of the ewes lambed within a 2-week period and 84% lambed within a 3-week period. The ewe lambs and all ewes are housed here in Athenry in mid-December. At the point of housing, we shear the ewes at housing and we offer them high feed value grass silage. They're shorn at housing because previous studies have shown that shearing ewes at housing increases lamb birth weight by 0.7 of a kilo, which increases weaning rate by 2.1 kilos and has an effect of reducing age of slaughter by about 2 weeks. So looking at animal performance data of ewe lambs, the Belclare had a higher litter size and a higher number of lambs reared relative to the Suffolk, rearing an additional 0.37 lambs. The Belclares reared an additional 0.37 lambs relative to the Suffolks. Ewe genotype had no effect on carcass weight with a mean carcass weight of 20.4 kilos. Progeny from the Belclare cross Suffolk were slaughtered at an average of 187 days, and the progeny from the Suffolks took 8 days longer, and the progeny from the Belclares took 12 days longer. The reason the Belclares took longer to finish was there was a higher proportion of twins in this group compared to some of the other groups. By the 31st of October, 66% of the Belclare lambs had been drafted, 94% of the Belclare cross Suffolks and 76% of the Suffolks. All lambs were drafted from grass by the end of the grazing season, which occurs in late November, early December. Last year, we finished our last draft on the 30th of November, and in that draft, there were only 2 carcasses less than 17 kilos. A question often asked is, what is the effect of weight joining on ewe lamb performance? And on this graph here, we've increased the weight from about 38 up to 60 kilos. And on this axis, we've said what is the proportion or what percentage will rear at least 1 live lamb. And we've gone from 30% up to 1%. And as you can see, regardless of the ewe breed, as you increase weight, you increase the probability of rearing at least 1 live lamb. If we set a high target in October during joining, where the target is that we want 90% of the ewe lambs joined to rear at least 1 live lamb, then the Belclares would need to be 48 kilos at joining, the Belclares cross Suffolks would need to be 51 kilos at joining, and the Suffolks would need to be 60 kilos at joining. It's a big difference of approximately 12 kilos due to ewe genotype. Producers often ask us the question, what is the impact of lambing at 1 year on the performance when lambing as hoggets at 2 years of age? This table presents the data for all the ewes that lambed at 2 years of age. This treatment is those at 2 years of age, this group were lambing for the second time because they had previously lambed as a ewe lamb. And in this group, they are hoggets lambing for the first time. And as you can see, lambing as a ewe lamb had no negative impact on performance at 2 years of age when you measure it as ewes reared per ewe joined, age at slaughter, or carcass weight. What we've presented on this slide is the effect of ewe genotype on drafting rate of their progeny during years 2, 3 and 4. And as you can see, ewe genotype had no impact on the drafting rate of their progeny. All lambs were drafted again by the middle of December. When we're drafting here at Athenry, in June at weaning, we draft the ewe lambs at 42 kilos and the ram lambs at 43. In July, the ewes are drafted at 45 and the rams are drafted at 46 kilos. And in August and September, the ewes are drafted at 46 and the rams at 47 kilos. As you notice, we draft the rams a kilo heavier relative to the ewe because of the scrotal contents reduces kill-out proportion. We have not castrated male lambs at Athenry Research Farm for the last 10 years, as previous studies have shown that leaving them entire increases in daily growth rate, reduces the age of slaughter by about 16 days, and also produces a leaner carcass. So to summarise, in this table we've got the 3 ewe breeds and we've got the 2 ages at lambing, and we've presented some key data. The key data presented is the number of lambs reared per ewe joined, and you can see the Belclare or the Belclare cross Suffolk lambing at 1 year of age have produced 6 lambs by 4 years of age, compared to the Suffolk, which lambed for the first time as a hogget, has only produced 4.1 lambs. There's a difference of 40 kilos in lamb carcass from 120 down to 83, and there's a difference in the value of this lamb carcass of approximately 170 euros. When you divide the 170 by 4 years, you get approximately a value of carcass of 47 per year, and when you take out the additional costs, it means that the net margin can be increased by 26 euros per year if you lamb as your lambs and you increase the prolificity within your flock. This figure of 26 euros needs to be taken in context. For example, the mean net margin of ewes per ewe in the National Farm Survey was 9 euros per ewe for the last 3 years. The top 30% of farmers have a net margin of 40, so adding an additional 26 euros onto the net margin can have a major effect. So to summarise, by 4 years, the Belclare and the Suffolk Cross Belclare reared an extra lamb. Genotype had no effect on drafting rate or on carcass weight, with all lambs drafted by the end of the grazing season. And breeding ewe lambs and changing ewe genotype can increase your net margins dramatically. Thank you. SheepNet is a new European project involving 6 European countries and Turkey that focuses on increasing sheep productivity. Sheep productivity encompasses 3 main things: increasing the number of ewes that become pregnant, increasing the successful pregnancies, and reducing lamb mortality. All this and other information can be obtained from their website.